Hello and welcome back to Old Truthford, the home of honestly biased sports content. Today we are going to be covering Bruno Fernandes. He's had a few things to say. I mean, we're doing a bit of an earlier live stream today than usual because admin's out tonight. But let's get straight into it then, shall we? Okay. If I can just get this to work. Cool, here we go. So this is the direct quote from Bruno Fernandes that sent the whole of Twitter into a frenzy. Obviously, everyone's still quite emotional after the 4-4 draw to Bournemouth at home last night, but this it seems like the Portuguese media waited for the perfect time to drop this interview. This is what they had to say. So this is a few quotes from Bruno Fernandes on Portuguese television, I guess. This is what he had to say. The club wanted me to go in the summer. I had that in my head. I told the directors this, but I think they didn't have the courage to make that decision. I decided to stay also because of family reasons, but because I genuinely like the club. The conversation with the manager also made me stay. But from the club side, I felt a bit like, if you leave, it's not so bad for us. It hurts me a lot, more than hurting. It makes me sad because I'm a player they have nothing to criticise about. I'm always available. I always play. Good or bad, I give my all. Then you see things around you, players who don't value the club as much and don't defend the club as much. That makes you sad. So it's an interesting one here from Bruno Fernandes because he's essentially saying that Amorim wanted him to stay, he wanted to stay, but he felt like the club, so obviously the board members higher up than Amorim, didn't really make an effort to say, oh, okay, we need you to stay, Bruno. Which is quite interesting because, I mean, obviously some people can look at this as a negative and say that, oh, okay, Bruno, I mean, he's been one of our best players over the past 6 years. He's been consistent when nobody else has. I can understand why some people would say that, oh, okay, maybe we should get rid of Bruno Fernandes. And maybe some of the board members at the top of the club thought that. They thought, oh, okay, it's not the worst if Bruno goes. I mean, brings in a lot of money into the club. We can maybe go on to then sign Baleba or something like that. But at the same time, this man has given everything to Manchester United for, how long has it been now? Like 6, 7 years? And yeah, I can understand from his perspective, what he's trying to say is, okay, I have been one of the most consistent players during United's time of struggle, and he didn't feel like the board really appreciated that and tried to make him stay. It seems as though Bruno Fernandes felt like the club were kind of indifferent. Now, a lot of people are saying that, oh, okay, Fernandes has been forced out of the club. The board don't appreciate Fernandes. Oh, they're trying to get rid of him, and then they're going to try and get rid of Manu next, and all of this sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, what they've done is they've been indifferent. They've said to the player, if you want to leave right now, it's entirely up to you. You can leave. But if you want to stay at Manchester United, then stay. I mean, obviously, Bruno has had it in his head that, oh, okay, they wanted him to leave. That's what he's saying. So he's saying, in his opinion, they wanted him to go because they didn't fight for him to stay. That is what he's trying to say. But a lot of people are taking it as, oh, okay, United and the board are trying to get rid of Bruno Fernandes, which isn't the case. And Fernandes is also not saying he wants to leave. I mean, it has come out as well that this interview was taken a few weeks ago. So it's not the most recent interview from Bruno Fernandes. I don't think that necessarily affects anything, but I think a lot of people were saying, oh, okay, the Bournemouth result got to him. He was pissed, and that's why he's come out saying this. But it was recorded a few weeks ago, so it's not like it's come out from a place of emotion. I feel like Fernandes is just saying that he would have preferred it or appreciated it if the United board actually showed him how much he meant to them, and didn't say that they didn't mind if he went or if he stayed. But you could also argue that the Manchester United board have shown Bruno Fernandes how much he means to them by paying him a very handsome wage of, let's see what that wage is. Bruno Fernandes weekly salary. So he is on 300k a week. So yeah, I mean, I think they've shown in other ways, actions speak louder than words, that they do appreciate Bruno Fernandes. So yeah, this whole narrative of Manchester United trying to force Bruno out, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist, guys. But yeah, let's go through all the latest news. Like I said, we are streaming a bit earlier today because not available later on tonight, but let's go through all of this. So if you haven't already, follow on Twitter, Old Truthford. So Bruno was also asked if he's the most annoying player in the Premier League from the Portuguese media. Bruno Fernandes had this to say: my image on the pitch makes me seem like someone who's always complaining, but Bernardo Silva is more annoying than me. He's politically correct, and I'm not. My problem is talking with my arms. So obviously, as we know, Bruno gets very animated and likes to wave his arms about. Maybe he's talking about that, whereas Bernardo Silva doesn't do that. He just kind of whinges throughout the entire game. Bruno Fernandes also had this to say: as long as you don't win trophies, you're not valued as much. No matter the club and the championship, the most important thing for me is the club, even though I feel lately like I'm on the hot seat. So Bruno Fernandes feels like he's on the hot seat. In England, when a player approaches 30, they start thinking it's time to replace him. So yeah, Bruno is on edge. He is feeling like some people are suggesting that he should leave Manchester United and the Premier League. But this is the interesting thing as well. I mean, just going back to these quotes here, a lot of people have said that Bruno Fernandes, he essentially should have been sold in the summer. Like, I saw a lot of content creators saying, oh, okay, let's sell Bruno. We should sell Bruno in the summer because we want to bring in Baleba. But now when this report has come out, and after Bruno Fernandes has had a pretty decent season, I mean, no hiding that. All of these same content creators are saying, oh, we should have kept Bruno Fernandes. We should have kept, or like, we need to keep him. How can they force him out? So it's funny how people change their narratives. Antoine Semenyo. So Manchester United's interest in Antoine Semenyo is active. Bournemouth would only consider a move with an outgoing. Semenyo calm about his future and waiting to see which clubs commit to triggering or matching his clause, which drops by around 5 million come summer. January deal worth 65 million to Bournemouth if Semenyo's clause is triggered. Slightly less for buyers due to solidarity. Okay. So essentially, it looks like Manchester United obviously hold interest with Semenyo. I mean, Amorim even name dropped him in his pre-match press conference against Bournemouth, specifically highlighting Semenyo. So we're obviously very interested in Semenyo. But it is rumoured that Manchester City are also very keen on signing Semenyo. And I mean, Liverpool have also been linked. So it's going to be a tight one to see who gets Semenyo in the end. Manchester United have confirmed that Bruno Fernandes' recent interview quotes came from a few weeks ago. They were conducted while with the Portuguese national team. Bruno Fernandes still has things he wants to achieve at Manchester United. This has not changed. So yeah, I mean, obviously people are overreacting to this interview, but at the same time, it's good to know that literally he doesn't want to leave. The club don't want to sell him. Ruben Amorim had a private conversation with him saying that he wanted him to stay. So personally, I don't see anything. I don't see anything coming from this. Bruno Fernandes is not for sale this summer, says Jamie Jackson. And now just looking ahead to our next game against Aston Villa, Casemiro suspended, De Ligt and Maguire injured, Ahmad and Mbuemo and Mazraoui all unavailable, and our next game is away to high-flying Aston Villa, who have won their last 9 games in a row. Wow, 9 games in a row. That's insane. I think we're going to break their streak, if I'm being honest. I think we've got a pretty good record against Aston Villa, and I think we'll actually do pretty well in that game. And then obviously this from last night, Kobe Mainoo's brother Jordan at Old Trafford tonight. What an absolute pleb, man. And here we go, Ben Jacobs. So we've got Manchester United insiders disputing a desire to sell Bruno Fernandes last summer. Leadership clear they wanted Fernandes to stay despite firm Saudi interest. As it stands, understand there is still no desire to sell Fernandes, who remains central to United's long-term planning. Fernandes' latest comments make it clear he felt Manchester United wanted him to leave, but in October he also said, the manager spoke with me. He said I was still part of the project. He wanted me to stay. The club said the same. I felt that I was still part of the plan. Saudi interest in Fernandes remains, but the 31-year-old felt decided Manchester United last summer wasn't right for his family, and he didn't want to leave Europe ahead of the 2026 World Cup. This was told directly to Al Hilal, Al Nassr, and Al Ittihad. So, I mean, it's one of those, guys. It's one of those. I do think that it's been completely blown out of proportion. I think it was a slow news day, so I think a lot of these accounts made the most of this interview. But yeah, those are the main stories from today. Bruno Fernandes' Portuguese interview and Antoine Semenyo. So also from TalkSport here, Manchester United are once again showing an active interest in a move for Semenyo. United would prefer to launch their bid during the summer transfer window ahead of next season. However, they could be forced into making their move in January if their rivals activate Semenyo's release clause. What do we have here? Yep, that's just me liking a comment in response to me. And then Casemiro gets a red for this every time. Amen. But yeah, that is everything from today, folks. Let me just check nothing new has come out while we've been going live. Okay, I think a few new reports have come out, so let me just see if I can get those up for us. Okay, let's throw these over. Over here. Nope, not over here. Those were player ratings from last night. Okay, Manchester United have launched an inquiry into how Ruben Amorim's plans to tweak his 3-2-4-1 system leaked out on the day of the Bournemouth game. The club are determined to find out where the leak came from to stop it from happening again in the future. You just know it's going to be from one of it. I don't like the idea that it would come from Mainoo. That's what I don't like the idea of. I mean, if he's causing trouble like that, then it's the beginning of the end for him. But who would leak out that we've been playing in a different system? I don't know who would do that. MLS is emerging as the most likely destination for Casemiro. That's a shame. I wish Casemiro would stay for for another season, but I think it's highly likely that he will be sold in the summer. United insists Bruno Fernandes is very much part of their long-term plan, says Alex Crook, but suspicions from inside the dressing room remain that this could be his last season. More in this week's TalkSport notebook, plus blah, blah, blah. Nice are in contention to sign Ugarte on loan in January, but he is reluctant to move there. Mate, just get gone. Ugarte, honestly, he needs to get gone. He needs to go. He needs to leave. Manuel Ugarte is generating significant interest from Turkey. Manchester United would be prepared to cut their losses if they can recoup enough of his fee. Well, it looks like you've got to choose between Turkey and Francais Ugarte, so take your pick, mate. Bruno future in doubt? No, I don't think it is. What's going on here? Anything? Manchester United are ready to break up their entire midfield at the end of the season with Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, Kobe Mainoo and Manuel Ugarte all facing an uncertain future at Old Trafford. I'm pretty sure, like, to think that we're going to get rid of 4 midfielders is insane. I think Bruno Fernandes is the number one that's going to stay. I mean, come on now. Let's not get ridiculous here. But yeah, Ugarte is generating significant interest in Turkey, and Manchester United would be prepared to cut their losses if they can recoup enough of his fee. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Those are all the updates so far from today. I'll show you my final tweets as well so you can see what I think of the roundup from today. But yeah, it's an interesting one to say the least. So, current Manchester United fan opinions that, in my opinion, don't make sense. Amorim is anti-Manchester United. He's definitely not. Mainoo should be starting. He shouldn't. It's crazy. Casemiro gets a goal in that game yesterday, and people are still calling for Kobe Mainoo to start ahead of him, even though all he did was sideways pass. Like, I can't show it on stream, but if you check out my tweets, like, genuinely, like, he just passes it sideways. That's what Casemiro does anyway. Amorim doesn't believe in the youth. I mean, he played Heaven yesterday and Euro? Yeah, Heaven and Euro. Fernandes is wasted as a central midfielder. Again, that's also just makes no sense because he's having a really good season as a central midfielder, so it's not really impacting him that much. And finally, the club tried to force Bruno out. Just absolute nonsense. Didn't happen, and people just keep pushing it. But, ladies and gents, we will leave it there. Hope you all have a delightful evening, and yeah, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new. We will be releasing a lot of new Manchester United content, so please subscribe. That's including daily Manchester United shorts, new structured videos every week. If you haven't checked it out already, check out the video titled 5 Reasons to Trust Ruben Amorim that I have posted. It's got some of the XG stats that you won't have seen anywhere else. We do live match watch-alongs for every single match this season and breaking news live streams like the one you're listening to right now. But hope you all have a delightful evening, and yeah, see you on the flip side. But for now, Godspeed.